WandaVision is the latest and greatest thing to come to Disney Plus, and as the title suggests, it follows Wanda Maximoff and Vision from the movies. Now, I didn't really look at the trailers. I kind of wanted to stay blind about it, go into it, and just not really know what's going on. I'd seen a few trailers where it looked like it was set in an old time period and it was black and white, this sort of thing, and that of course something is not quite right. And those are all the elements you get in this TV show pretty much with the first 2 episodes. I really like what they've done here. It's not what anyone would have expected when they probably first announced we're making a live action TV show with Wanda and Vision. I'm sure people expected something modern day, something to do with them maybe off-world or battling something. But no, they go down the route of making this an old-fashioned sitcom, like a 50s, 60s sort of vibe. If you ever seen a show like Bewitched, I mean, I've seen it. It's actually quite a good show, to be fair. I've seen quite a lot of old shows, and it's certainly that vibe. I think even with one of these episodes, the introduction was actually definitely taking inspiration from the Bewitched introduction with like animated characters. And despite nothing really significant happening, it is just entertaining. You know, seeing these two people that we've seen, you know, battle aliens and battle Thanos, and they're just in this 1950s setting. You know, she's a housewife, he's going to work at the office. They're talking just like they used to do in those old sitcoms. You got the programmed laughs in the background going off every, like, you know, 2 seconds. And I just found myself drawn in. Nothing's really happening, but I found myself drawn in. You know, I like both these characters a lot. You know, they're not my absolute favourites in the MCU, but they're certainly up there. I enjoy them a lot. And just seeing them interact in a situation that is not usually them. Like, we all enjoy seeing these characters living a normal life because we're so used to seeing them do the other things. You know, it's like in the Spider-Man movies, the more recent ones. You know, we love to see Peter swinging about, doing his Spider-Man stuff, but that's what we see most of the time. So when we see him, you know, just chilling with his friend Ned, and they're just, you know, building a Lego Death Star or something, it's fun. Now, of course, everything isn't as it seems. Us as the viewer, we're wondering, why are they in this situation? Why are they in the 1950s? What's going on here? And little cracks, little glimmers start to show through that something isn't right. They're both very forgetful, or they don't seem to know why they're here. It's a bit like the movie Inception, you know, when Leo takes the girl into her first Inception dream type thing, and he says to her, how did we get here though? How did we get to this cafe, this spot, do you remember? And she doesn't know. And it's a similar thing with this. You know, they're trying to think back about, when did we get married? When was our anniversary? When did we move here? And they just can't answer the question. And each episode has showed little glimmers of the bigger picture here, the bigger scheme. But yeah, at the end of each episode, it's like someone's watching them on a TV show. As in, we're watching them and then we're getting the perspective of someone else watching them on a TV show, like a black and white TV show. Which begs the question, are they in some sort of simulation? Are they dreaming? Who knows? It's anyone's guess at this rate. I really haven't got Scooby-Doo. And between episode 1 and 2, I might be wrong, but it feels like the time period changed maybe by about 5 or 10 years. Like, the dress code seemed different, and, you know, Wanda's hair was very different. I know, she's a woman, she's gonna change her hair, but it seemed like a era change rather than she changed her hair. You know, it seemed like a decade type difference where hairstyles changed. And at our end of episode 2, color comes into the picture. You know, the first 2 episodes have been in black and white, and then color sort of fills the screen, and now it's color, which makes me think maybe this show is sort of moving through the decades, in the sense that now they're in an era where color TV exists. So the person watching Wanda and Vision in this simulation, whatever it is now seeing them in colour because it's a more modern time. Oh, and Wanda's pregnant now. You know, I'm doing the pregnant thing, you can't see. She's pregnant now. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. They just sort of look at it and they're like, is this really happening? And they're like, yeah. They don't know how though. Obviously Vision can't make babies. I don't even know if Wanda can have babies. I guess she can, but Vision ain't the father, I'll tell you that. Something ain't right, and, you know, already you just want to know, what's the bigger picture here, what's really going on? But I like the fact they're keeping it fun. They're not just going overboard with some extreme plot. They're just having a good time here. And I'm looking forward to see where they take the story for the next few episodes, end of the season. I don't know how long it is, but should be good. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in next week's episode, hopefully something in between, in a biz.